Who's this one? Who's this one?
Brian.
Have you got anything
Tottenham
interesting to say
tour.
based on that game? It was a bit drab, wasn't it?
You're on mute.
Oh no, you're muted.
He said he's Ange out. I heard he says Ange out. He's like Ange out, Ange out.
You hear me now?
No,
you hear me now?
Yes, yeah.
Okay, so let me just say hello to everyone in the chat and you guys at the We Are Tottenham Hamstring TV. Jesus Christ, Jesus. I mean, what can we say? What can we do? We've ended the year very, very poorly. Very, very. I heard Ash on the way home read that stat about first time for a while that we've gone 5 home games without a win. These kind of stats and these kind of performances are all leading up to one thing, aren't they? They really. You can defend And as much as you want and as much as I have.
But it comes a time.
It's a results-based business.
It is results, man.
It's a results-based business, and things are going on. We don't have the squad to be able to compete. When we do have the full squad, we're running them to death so badly they're picking up injuries, and these are hamstring injuries. These are muscle injuries. The play. Listen, I heard you both talk about Dominic Solanke, and for me, I thought Solanke did very well today. We bought Dominic Solanke. We bought Dominic Solanke to score goals.
Yeah.
But we've got absolutely no one to give him service. So what he does is hold up play. What he does for the team, and the amount of times he picks the ball up from the halfway line and runs that ball, and then when we do finally get the ball in, we bought a striker who had all these goal poaching attributes, the most headed goals, and then we don't give anyone to get in the service. You know how I describe it? It's literally buying Dominic Solanke and not buying quality for him is like buying a man with one left leg and only one leg, a right foot shoe.
We've got our Tottenham back.
It's like why have we gone and spent so much money for a striker to score goals, whose key attributes are chasing guys down, doing all the work rate that he does, but then he's having to work so hard and come and help the team getting the ball up the top that by the time he gets into the box, he's not there for the quality just isn't there.
So we are, mate.
He's never going to get the service. That's the thing. But there was moments there though, like when he drove forward, he had loads of space, and instead of his touch like being into the front of the goal, wasn't it? He sort of.
That I agree. You know? He's got to do.
And then he's so slow to open his hips up to get the shot off, and then he ends up getting tackled. He just lacks so much killer instinct for me. It was just a little bit disappointing.
I agree, JC. I agree. I can agree with that part. When he gets his opportunities, there's no doubt he needs to be more ruthless. There's no doubt. But do you know what? We've gone from a time, JC. You and I like to reminisce in our we always do.
Eros.
You and I have seen Clive Allen. Clive Allen banging in 47 goals in the season, or 49 when it was. Yeah. Your Gary Linekers, your Jurgen Klinsmanns, your Teddy Sheringham's, your Berbatovs, your Harry Kanes. Yeah. We had striker upon striker. There's always been that focal point at the top. You're like, do you know what? He's good for a goal. Guaranteed. You know what? If we get a chance, there's a striker up top of elite quality, in goal scoring as well as, and we just don't have it. We've gone from there. You look at wingers. We've gone from your Bows, your Ginolas, your Waddles. You get to Brennan Johnson.
Yeah.
Listen, the drop in quality. Listen, I will say, we'll get into the game, but I just want to say, since we've been in this game-changing stadium, remember that game-changing. We have gone through 7 managers in five years, and that's only because I've included Mason once.
Yeah.
Should be 8 if you want to get complete how many managers have managed Tottenham in that stadium. How can any manager have a chance to build anything if you've had 7, technically 8? We left White Hart Lane second in the league and genuine title contenders after 2 back-to-back, from Champions League regulars in Wembley to a Champions League final in the first season we got there. All right, a lot of it was at Wembley. So now bottom of the league, or not bottom of the league, bottom half of the league. Everything is just rescinding. The game
Here's
changes.
another stat. Here's another stat.
Wait, Ashman, let me just hit this one massive thing, because this is a massive point. The game-changing stadium with that 17,500 white wall of noise, people say don't get toxic in there, support the team. How about you can hear a pin drop in that place. You could hear, you know what? When Lucas Moura did the skywalk and screamed out COYS, 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 that was louder than 62,000 people in that stadium. The game changer. The game changers, that atmosphere in that stadium today. Don't get me wrong, the team were horrific. The team were not horrific. They were put as a poor performance. I'll tell you that back, not horrific. But people say get in there and support the team. Well, did you? Because there was more noise in the Scotland Yard today.
Well, what were you doing there?
What was the stat you were going to do, bro?
The stat I was going to read from StatMuse FC is Tottenham are the first team in the Premier League history to fall behind 1-0 in 15 home games in a single calendar year.
What? The first team ever? Did you say?
First team ever in the Premier League history to fall 1-0 behind in the at home in 15 home games in a single calendar year.
Oh God!
So just breaking new stats, new
trophy for us.
Yeah, another trophy.
This is what we've become. Stats FC, breaking records FC. These are the kind of records. Undefeated in our last home season at the Lane, to being the first home team to go 1-0 down 16 times in a calendar year. Yeah. Well, it's dreadful. It's absolutely dreadful, isn't it, guys?
Yeah. Let's talk.
What do you put that down to then?
Mate, listen,
I know what you're going to say.
No. Forget that, man. Forget that.
Whoops.
Listen, I can always bang on about him and go for him. But we all know that is the main reason. Yeah. The stats that I just provided about the game-changing stadium managers and where we were in the league, it's all down to him. All down to him for not backing managers or not buying players at a point of strength, not replacing quality with quality, not giving the manager time. But these players, like I said, back in the 90s when I was going regularly, those players fought. There was passion, there was pride, there was respect, there was dedication for that badge. They're just going through the motions. Now, I get it. There's loads of injuries. I get it that they could be tired. I get it that they're down to the bare bones. But there's just, I don't see a game plan. I don't see an identity. I don't see what we're trying to do. Again, Wolves were very compact, very, very compact. You could see it every time we got near their final third. You could see 8 or 9 men behind the ball. It was always good. Listen, that was always going to be difficult. But then when we do create chances, we're not taking them. I see many times, I don't know if you see the game, say as me, there's so many times when we can take shots from outside the box or that player that should be in the shot, but we have to make that one extra pass. Whether that's a confidence thing, whether that's whatever it may be, it's just, I don't see what we're trying to achieve in games. When we're playing teams like Manchester City, Aston Villa, and their teams that want to come out and play football, I understand what we're doing. I understand the game plan. I understand we're waiting and we're going to pounce and be quick off the mark. But as soon as the team says, right, we're just going to step back, keep our shape, let them come on to you.
We're screwed, yeah.
Yeah, we just, there's no idea. There's no idea.
So what is it? Is it the manager or is it the squad? Because some people are saying, but what would you lean more towards? Because some people lean towards the squad, like the squad hasn't been built efficiently. That's why Ange's are failing. And some people say, nah, Ange's just not it for the Prem. Like, he's just not that at that level. So which side do you lean on towards more?
This is so hard for me because
I know.
obviously the team has
question.
the team has never been built properly, has it? Let's be seriously. In recent history, it's always been left short, whether it be a centre back that we desperately need now or left back. The fact Reguilon has had to come on right now just shows how poor
he looked so shocked when he came on, didn't he?
Oh, me?
Mate, he was almost Instagramming his mum just to say I'm about to come
just
on.
Look at it. Since Antonio Conte's come, guys, no manager has really wanted him here, and he's got onto the pitch because Spence is injured.
Yeah.
Suspended. And Destiny, that's the only reason he got on the pitch. I completely forgot he was on the bench. I was like, what are we going to do? Dorrington in the centre, move Gray to the left. I completely forgot he even existed.
I know, he forgot he existed.
And then I was like, oh, yeah, of course.
We've got a left back.
The teams haven't been built right. Listen, the injuries are a major factor, but how this medical team aren't struck off, let alone out of a job, because it just keeps happening. Whether it's on the pitch, off the pitch, in training, where they're
only
coming
under
back.
Ange, though, right? Only under Ange.
It's not been this bad, but it's happened with other managers. We remember Jose even saying it in the documentary. It's not been as severe, but remember we had Kane and Son out at times. But they were like, well, he couldn't believe what the medical team was saying. When there's that bit in the documentary where Jose Mourinho's like, what are you talking about? This has been reoccurring. But the manager's listen, I've backed him, but I'm also firm and fair, and he's got to take some accountability. He has to take some accountability. There's no way of getting away. Listen, I can talk blue in the face and go, yeah, he's the man, don't sack him, because I don't trust a dick at the top to do it, anything different. But I just got this. I just don't even know. I mean, I can't see us beating Newcastle. Certainly can't see us beating the filth. And then what?
Everton, maybe. I'm joking.
Mate, listen. Then we got Liverpool. Remember, we got Liverpool and Tamworth. We got Liverpool. Listen, and
I
now
can't see us being Tamworth at this rate.
Mate, you got to look at it, Jesse, as well. January's coming. Listen, January is here now. Basically, we don't play until the window's open. Obviously. Now we're at kind of a conversation where whether people like Ange or not, do they either say the Tottenham either say Ange Postecoglou, we are sticking with you. This is just scenarios, not saying it's happening. We're sticking with you, and to do that, we are giving you what you want. Go, fill your book. Do Spurs trust him with that? If there is talks about another manager, if there is another manager on the if in the boardroom, if there is a bit of unrest and they are talking about what do we do? Do you give Ange Postecoglou a penny? Because they don't know. Either way, we don't spend money.
What's the number one priority for you in this window? Because we're basically, the year's done. That was our last game. Who's your number one player? Not player, but what position, should I say, do you bring into this club moving forward? What do we desperately need is what I'm asking.
Put it this way, if I could go get two players now, not by name, but by position that I think we desperately need. Left back, immediately, number one position to fill. And I would actually try and get a right winger that can actually give Dominic Solanke service. They would be the top two. But I don't mean one of these youngsters that might come good or a tricky winger. I want a winger that he gets the ball, he puts balls in the box.
So interestingly,
there's so much more we need. We need.
I'm just going to, because you said right wing. So do you think then between Son, Werner and Mikey Moore, we have enough on that left wing?
Well, that's the thing. The only reason I say right, Ashbatik, is you've just said three players. I know.
I know. I'm just quickly. I know.
The only reason I'm doing it is for balance, because there's Solanke. Solanke. There's Johnson, and if there's not Johnson, it means moving Kulusevski out of his best position, and he's not. He's far more important to us in the centre than on the right, but he is an option. So I'd rather say there's Johnson and this winger. And hopefully this player is of better quality, certainly for whipping balls in, which is the winger I want, than Johnson. And at least that gives a bit of balance on there so we can keep Kulusevski central. Left side is just as bad. Son has been poor again, was poor today. I think we all thought he was going to put the penalty away. He doesn't miss penalties, does he? He doesn't miss penalties apart from this. It's so typical.
I think we predicted he'd miss. I think I said he's going to miss this, though.
I have to say, though, I have to say, the Solanke Bentancur calamity, is there anything more Spursy than that? Some Spurs' Christmas up in one foul blow.
That was it. I know, that summed up the game, didn't it? It summed up our kind of last 12 months a little bit, didn't it? The
way I looked at it, guys, is Bentancur could see Solanke was running onto it. Solanke could not see.
He couldn't see behind him. Yeah,
said that.
Yes, they thought that maybe they did shout because that stadium was so loud they couldn't hear the shout.
That was just
yeah. They can use
that's what it was.
Yeah,
the aeroplane taking off decibel levels. They couldn't hear each other.
By the way, Brian, was there any protest today after the game?
No. Listen. No. So basically, all I know is protests will be ongoing. But Change for Spurs, they put out a press release or press release. I don't know how you say whatever you want to call it. A statement, whatever you want to call it. Saying that obviously they've ordered banners and everything like that. That due to the Christmas post and everything hasn't got there on time, and they want to make sure they can target a game where they can properly plan and properly put more than 2 weeks into it to really try and
get numbers.
That's the route they're going down. And like I said, I mean, whether they did it or not, again, that stadium. I mean, there was not even. I didn't hear one Ange Postecoglou song. Is it in favour of him? That one that you normally hear sang loud and proud. There was none of that I could hear. No. I heard a Kulusevski song, and I hear all these people in chats, like in this chat now, like in my channel's chat, like in every channel. Last word on Spurs. No matter it's Cowlins, no matter where you stand, Tottenham away. I can see Eugene here, Persuasion TV. Everyone's chat. There's loads of people that go, yeah, I'm going to go to the game and I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, I'm going to shout and scream, I'm going to go to the protest. And then nothing. Literally nothing. So it's just this fan base they can't even do this right. This fan base, listen, if you don't support Levy out protest or you don't want Levy out, that's your right. These people openly say it when they don't turn up to protest. Fair play to them. The people that I know that say I'm going to be there turn up. Fair play to them. It's the people that give it the mouth and say I'm going to be there, I'm going to turn up, I'm coming here to support you, I'm going to make noise, I'm going to do this, and then don't do anything. What's the point? What is the point of just saying it and then not doing it? People like to talk the walk, talk the talk, but they won't walk the walk.
Yeah, you're better off not talking, isn't it?
Exactly.
Pretty much,
exactly, mate. It's just a sad state of affairs. Listen, no matter where you want to look at this with Spurs right now, whether it be the owners, the atmosphere, the players, the manager, we are in a very bad place. Whether it's give the manager time or not, whether it's are these owners going to change, will the stadium atmosphere ever improve? Well, who knows? Because this fan base won't come together. So there's no direction, and that goes throughout the club as well. This club don't have a clue what they're doing. They don't have a clue. From top to bottom, they don't know what they're doing. Apart from the admins on Twitter that like to just troll us with the crap they put out.
Any positives?
Positives that I don't have to watch Spurs next Saturday. I've got a week off. But the worst thing about it is it's a 7:30 a.m. kickoff here in Toronto, which means I'm up at 5 o'clock in the morning to get there. So yeah, but listen, I mean, can you guys
stay in bed, mate. Stay in bed?
Basically, asthmatic. Serious question. Can you take one positive away?
Go and hug some loved ones.
From everything of today's game.
Today's game.
Have other hobbies.
Who are you talking to?
I'm just saying. He said, "Can you find other positives?" And I'm trying to find solutions. The solution is to find other hobbies and go hug your loved ones.
Yeah, fair enough. But I'm actually trying to think of an actual positive from today.
I mean, look, you could say that, Kulu's still fit. He's not injured. That's positive. Obviously we got, I would say we didn't lose. It's a positive. I don't know if we could use that as a positive. You know what? I haven't got any.
No, it's difficult to find. It's actually quite difficult to find a positive from today, if I'm being honest.
Because anything I say is
anyone in closing.
Go on.
Can you hear Brian?
Yeah.
I've lost.
I can hear you. Go on. I can hear you. Go on.
I'll tell you one thing in closing, and I'll be interested to see what people think of this. When the official gave 8 minutes of extra time, was you either A,
back, yeah.
yes, come on, we can sneak one, or oh shit, I wish it was shorter. Because I was the latter.
What was I missed?
I was the latter. When I saw 8 minutes, I was like, oh no.
Really?
I was just like, I'd be interested to know what the chat said. I did not feel with Wolves getting the late equaliser.
You should have got a goal to win it.
Yeah. And that's
I thought
another.
it was on a knife edge, personally. I thought
But you know what? Like back in the day, like I remember we'd really need a goal, and we'd absolutely fly at teams in those like injury time minutes, wouldn't we? You know, we'd absolutely throw everything. But now it's just like we get into injury time, and it's almost as if they just we'll potter around a little bit. They've just like no urgency to get the ball in the box. You know, just to get some crosses in or anything. It's almost like they were quite happy just to see the game out. Now, that's shocking, isn't it?
It's bad.
Yep. They probably want to get back into the concourse and start dancing and drinking some beers. Do whips upside your head dancing in the concourses. So who knows? Listen, I'll let you get on because you've got 3 other people here. I'll let you get on. But everyone in the chat, have a very happy and healthy new year. Everyone in the back end here, happy and healthy new year. You too, happy and healthy new year.
You, Brian, and you have a great New Year's, mate.